Hi, I'm Kate,
And I'm Rachel.
and
And
this is
this is
Feast
Sheath.
and Shatter.
Is it hot in here or is it just me tuning in to hear these three chatting about fantasy novels of the spicy variety? Not your average book club, if you know what I mean. Are you happy to see us, or is that a dagger? It's Feast, Sheath, Shatter. It's Feast, Sheath, Shatter.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So
Yeah.
Hannah's on hiatus. She has to make a little space for her own personal life, so she's not going to be with us anytime soon. But that doesn't mean she might not come back at some point. So she's here with us in spirit.
Yeah.
It really just she needed some more room in her life, which I get. I get it. So no worries there. What are we talking about this month?
Someone to build a nest in.
Someone to build a nest in. And
Yes.
what I'm feeling empowered to say that this book wasn't for me, and that's okay.
Then that's okay.
It really is, because
I think it's better. It's because I know when Matt and I both really love something, there's nothing to talk about. We're just like, this was really good. Yeah, it was really good. Because nobody has to defend not that you defend a position. Everybody gets to like or not like a book. And that's
right. Well, and I tried really hard because I do find that sometimes I'm not aware if I don't like a book, but I was aware that I was like not having a great time. But I wasn't having a terrible time. I just wasn't having
a great time.
Yeah, I wasn't having a great time.
Yeah, I've read this book twice, and I really like it. But I agree with you where when I put it down, I sort of forget I was reading it. And then I see it again, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I was in the middle of reading that. Okay. And I pick it up and read it for a while, and I'm like, well, I'm enjoying this. And I set it down and then completely forget that I was reading it.
Yeah, I really wish that I had not known that the author was a man, so that I could have gotten a unbiased reading of it, where I could tell, and then instead of knowing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And interestingly, there's very few male characters. There's one.
But to me, Sheshin, who is our main character, our monster blob, does not feel like it matters if she, like, it would make more sense to me if she was non-binary, because she does not feel like a woman. Like, I feel like that's a choice that monster gets to make. And I feel like the author was like, oh, I'm just going to write a book, and I'm just going to make my main character a woman, female.
Mm-hmm.
But there was nothing about her character that was specifically feminine.
Except that she had eggs.
She had
she had an egg sac.
An egg sac. Yeah, she does have an egg sac. So, but like her, I don't know. I think that, to me, I thought through the whole thing, like, oh, he just like was like, oh, let me do this like this. It could have, like the female, it didn't have organs. It didn't have like sex organs. It just had an egg sac, which I guess is like at that women or females are the only ones that can create life.
I mean, I think that's really the only, and I don't know. I think Sheshin is referred to as female, but even Sheshin doesn't know what is typical for her species, because she doesn't know anything else about
herself. Right.
No.
And she definitely, the name is cool. It's she with an N at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that. I like that. It's fine. I thought it was funny. I didn't know that that's what it was because I started off by just listening. So I had never seen any of the words. And then when I saw I was like, oh, I can't connect to this. So I had to immerse where I was reading the words and listening. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's just she with an N at the end.
It is.
That's funny. I thought that was funny. And it starts off funny. And there are points in this book where I laugh and I'm like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah.
Tell me what you liked about it.
I really like Sheshen's character. I enjoyed how much she had to intellectualize everything that was happening around her because she gets quickly enmeshed in a very human situation and she's very not human. And so she is trying to do her best. And sometimes that looks like you would expect it to. And sometimes that looks like killing and eating bandits. Like, I like the part where she drags the bandits down to her lair, and then she's only gonna eat a little bit, and then she stress eats the entire, like, group of bandits, and then she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, no, now I have too much bulk." Like, she's like, "Oh, no, I'm not too fleshy." And so she has to, like, separate herself. But anyway, I just really I like how much time she spends trying to figure out her love interest. Because, like, to me, one of the most intimate things a person can do is, like, really think about you and about your motivations and not just reacting to what you do, but trying to, like, unpack what
It
trauma.
Yeah, it's called searching to understand and genuinely know your
Yeah,
partner.
yeah, to, like, that and she really genuinely wants to know Harmony because she's the very first person who's ever kind to Sheshen.
Yeah.
And Sheshen spends so much time trying to figure out how to tell her that she's not even human. And there's that really good part where it's Harmony, right?
No.
Well, no. I know it's
It's,
Ode is the little one.
yeah, and
Catharsis is the guy.
it's epitome? No.
Epigram is the evil sister.
It's
Homily?
homily.
Homily.
Yeah.
So homily is
You were saying harmony, and I was like, that's
mm-mm.
not it. But
I know it's like I knew they were themed, but I couldn't remember the theme. So homily is taking care of Sheshen, and at this point, Sheshen has realized that part of her taking care of people is a reaction to her never having care. And so she cares for the people around her because she wants to give them something she didn't have. And and Sheshen literally thinks, "Oh no, have I fallen in love with somebody else's pain?" And I really, really like those moments where Sheshen is like, "Oh shit, is this what I think it is? Or do I really love her? Or do I love the person that her trauma has made her? And is that okay? And like, where do I go from here?" So that kind of stuff I really, really liked.
and that checks a lot of boxes. I mean, that's pretty on brand.
I think so.
I thought that was a little bit unbelievable, and it's a fantasy story. Also, I didn't really it's a cozy horror,
Yeah.
which is so what's the word? What's the word where two things are opposites?
Oh, contradictory.
Yeah, there's another one though where it's like it'll come to me, but I thought her being able to immediately therapize, I found it interesting, but I found her emotional intelligence. I mean, it kind of took me out of the book a little bit. I think I had a hard time staying in this story.
I think that's a fair criticism because sometimes she goes real deep and you're like, wow, okay, right now, like how
Yeah,
do you know?
But I love what you said when we were talking about this before. You had said that when you are someone that is always just watching and absorbing and observing, the things that you'll pick up on are a lot. I mean, she could have been able to pick up on that for a lifetime. We don't know how old she is. Do we know how old she is?
We don't have we know she's older because every once in a while she'll reference like when I was younger or like
Right.
me and Blueberry are both getting old. And she talks about how she spent a lot of time just roaming around the nearby town.
Yeah.
And just watching people do stuff. And when she does meet people, she has a pretty good grasp of like she thinks their clothing is ridiculous, but she can tell, like that one guy that we meet that has all the rings in his hair.
Mm-hmm.
And she immediately kind of knows what she can get from him.
Scares him into cleaning her house.
Right, which he likes. That was another part that I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
Every time she threatens him, he's like, "Oh, can you threaten me harder?" And she's like, "Gross. I want you to know."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is his first book too. John
Is it?
Wiswell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is his
Yeah, I mean,
debut
it
novel.
definitely is very interesting. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's cool. I think the pacing of it was really interesting to me. It seemed to go on for a long time. I did find it to be somewhat predictable, which is fine. It's
Hmm.
cozy. That's the thing about a cozy book. It shouldn't feel like the stakes are so high. Even though the stakes are somewhat higher, it the stakes weren't very high, and that's
Yeah.
okay. I think I may have felt differently about it if I had known it was a cozy horror.
Yeah.
Um,
If you went in prepared.
yeah, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I just it's fine. This book was fine, and I think that a lot of people would really connect to this. Um, but I really did struggle, and the epilogue with epilogue was
It's
so
so long.
long.
Yeah. I think this book is probably 30% too long. There's like a couple of moments with Baroness Wolfire where you're like, I don't want to hear this woman talk literally anymore. I'm done. And you
Yeah.
could have worked some of what happened in the epilogue back into the storyline instead of having it all happen at the end by just trimming, yeah, a good portion of the like Baroness Wolfire versus the world because she's a like a bitter, angry, nasty character and we spend a lot of time with her.
Well, and I just found that to be, this is your fault, by the way. I pay a lot of attention to villains now because
Sorry.
of the conversations that we've had over and over again about these black and white villains, where somebody is
Mhm.
unredeemable. And the best villains and the ones that we truly struggle with are the ones where we can somewhat relate to or connect to. They're just so extreme that we can't get into the way that they're doing a thing.
Yeah.
So I recognized in this that this villain is very like flat, but also she is Shisheshin's kind.
Yeah.
And so I wish there was more. I think I would have loved a little bit more dimension there. Like
Or to
what
know why Shisheshin's so different. Like, why is Baroness Wolfire so just
evil.
angry and evil and
Right.
Shisheshin is not?
Right. Yeah. And that's fine. I think that this book, I think I really truly love the emotional intimacy in relationships, and I just didn't get a great sense of that with Homily and Shisheshin, and I think Homily could have been expanded on and a little deeper. Homily tends to exist without a lot of personality. Like we see her, we can tell that she's this traumatized, fawning, people pleasing. How could I not be so nice to these people who have been abusive to me my entire life? I'm just still desperately longing for their acceptance and love,
Mhm.
but I forgot.
Homily
Homily,
and
yeah, I just
yeah.
feel like she could have been a little deeper. Like, I loved the idea of this book. I love that it was a sapphic love story. I love that Shisheshin was this weird blob creature that could take on any shape, that was immediately and fiercely protective of this person that she almost instantly loved.
Yeah.
It was kinda instant love, which is also okay, and her going through all of these feelings, not recognizing that, not knowing enough about her biology to know that, she was gonna have an egg sac, it was gonna feel like a heartbeat, it was gonna feel
Yes.
like an organ a misplaced organ. Um, but I think that the pacing and the coziness of it, I think, are what I I just didn't enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going for cozy, it's even not cozy and it's not cozy enough to be cozy and it's not horror enough to be horror. So it ends up in this weird like you're in it for Shisheshin. Like I'm in it for Shisheshin and her one-liners, like the part where
Yeah,
she
she
says
is funny.
the only thing I can do for her is love her and support her and someday behind her back eat her mother's heart.
Yep.
Like she has a couple of really good where you're like, "Oh, that's really okay." And so the character of Shisheshin, because you're right, Homily. doesn't really get fleshed. I think he thought when he was showing you what her family did to her, that was character development. And it doesn't come off that way. It comes off as like, wow, these are just shitty people, and everything you tell me about them makes them even more shitty. And they have no redeeming qualities. So why am I lingering so long on these characters? And so, yeah, I think that's an entirely valid criticism. I like it exclusively for secession.
And for me, that feels like, oh, that's a man writing this. I find that women authors tend to be a little bit stronger at that piece of the pie. Or maybe I'm just so accustomed to reading women authors that that's just what I've learned to like and enjoy. So I'm really curious about that and about myself.
It could also be because secession is entirely our point of view character.
Yeah. Yep.
We get no other point of view character, and she intellectualizes everything. Everything is like rote memorization, all interaction for her.
Yep.
And so when she sees Homily, she's not immediately aware of what Homily is feeling, like of her. And so she doesn't elaborate on it at all. So she just elaborates on what she does for Homily, but not necessarily on how Homily is feeling. Like there's the part where she finds her in the dance hall and she's sitting all by herself. And so she goes over and dances with her. And it's a big moment for Homily because Homily's all alone and isolated because of who her mom is. And secession has no idea. And we don't know that until like context clues far down the line.
Yeah.
So
very, very true.
This kind of reminds me, I read a book called Post Mortal, which is another book that never should have been written by a man.
Yeah.
And it's about this guy finds the cure for aging. It doesn't make you like, it doesn't keep you from getting cancer. It doesn't make you eternally healthy. It just keeps you from aging. And so the whole world gets this cure for aging. And it's like, what would happen if nobody ever died? Written by an incel douchebag, and that's what it feels like. It's the worst male character I've ever. And the only thing that got me through the book was the premise was so interesting. I stuck with it through the whole book, and by the end, I should not have. But like, I want somebody else to pick that up. Like, I want this book again, but from somebody else's point of view, written by a woman. Like, I want Homily learning secession without knowing secession is a monster until the very end. Yeah. And I think that's a real, like, I think that would
that's
be
a really strong book. I would love to read that book. I just read another book recently where there's just one person, one POV throughout the entire book. And I also thought the writing was really limited because of the lack of perspective. And that book was a romantic fantasy book. So I find that if you don't, like, when your goal is longing, without being in two minds, right? We're just kind of making room around what our main character is telling us. So I agree. I think having homilies, or maybe like a couple chapters from the Baroness's point of view.
Yeah.
Just understanding where her evil and like longing to destroy comes from. Is that like just survival, or what happened to her that made her the angry dog that bites versus, secession, who doesn't seem to be aggressive unless she needs to be.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that's, there's a place for the limited point of view, either third person limited, where it's like secession, she, her, but only from her point of view, or the first person. But you have to be willing to create a story that can be that narrow, and then create either that character has to be compelling enough, the world has to be compelling enough, or you have to be good enough at showing what the other characters are feeling and doing without being in their heads.
Right. And That's very true, and also that you're able to see through the person's narrative to understand the impact of the other people's action. Like,
Right.
when you can read a book, you know, that trope where the main character's like, "I don't think they like me," and it's so very, very clear that the other character is absolutely head over heels in love with them.
Yes.
Right, and you did see that in this, like, you could tell that. I also loved, Homilie's asexuality and, like,
Yeah.
not needing. I think I love seeing that show up in a book, like, can we just spend time together? Can we just have this intimate connection without it having to be physical? Because like, that's not my favorite part.
Yeah.
And them both being able to be like, "Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm
Yeah.
totally okay with that." So I liked that, and I think that, I think there's some representation there that is nice to have. Just like an idea outside of, you know, a physically intense relationship.
Yeah. I don't think it would work if Homilie was a male character.
No.
And you're having Shisheshan do all the no, it doesn't work. Like, it works
Right.
because of Homilie's femininity in contrast to Shisheshan's lack of femininity. Like, that
Yeah.
makes it
Yeah.
work.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can yeah. The brother at the beginning, so hateable. Yeah, I
I
think
know.
there's just really extreme characters.
It's almost like a fairy tale where
It
every
is, it
character
feels like a fairy tale.
is very like one note, but one note on purpose.
Yep, that makes sense.
Like, her whole family is very
So was Ode a baby blob?
no, that's the like he thinks he's giving you lore, but he doesn't give you lore. Like, you don't know if
I think
Baroness
that was really confusing for me, and I just felt
had
dumb, like I'm missing something. Like, am I not smart?
well,
Like,
I
why don't
think
maybe I'm not missing something, or
well, we
because I'm
know
like,
that
how could Ode be a real human child?
right, because she would have had to have Ode already, because Epigram, Homily, and Catharsis had their real mother was the Baroness,
Right.
and the Baroness got taken over by
And
another,
eaten.
like,
A
blob monster. But
blob
then,
monster.
like, Ode's not that old, which would mean Shisheshan's not that old, because the Baroness has been the Baroness has been a monster for a really long time. Like, from the time when Shisheshan was born inside, because Homilie's dad was her nest.
Right. So does that mean that Homilie's dad is Shisheshan's dad?
No, because the eggs don't require fertilization, they just require a nest.
Okay.
So he just incubated them. But yeah, the ode doesn't end up making sense unless the Baroness Wolfire can have babies. And like, how would that work? Would she have to eat somebody's uterus and like hang on to it?
Or like create a monster, like have her egg sac have a baby and then just train it early to be a person?
Yeah, but I don't think so, because Shisheshan's from her eggs, and then the Baroness says that you only get one egg sac in a lifetime.
So the Baroness is Shisheshan's mother.
Yeah.
See, I understand.
Yeah, that's why she has the teeth. The
Yeah.
teeth necklace that Shisheshan remembers as her mother's teeth.
Right. Right. Well, you know.
It's very I think I stand by it's too horror to be cozy, but it's also too cozy to be horror, but it doesn't end up being cozy horror. Like,
No, I can't stop thinking about what Shisheshan smells like. I'm like, there's no way you get that past me, bro. There is zero
No.
way that you can't smell Shisheshan and her, and it would be like a smell that you didn't know how to place it, but like
Yeah.
it would be a smell. There would be a smell.
Yeah, she sleeps in dirty water.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about a bad smell. I'm just saying.
No, just like a smell. Yes.
I can't imagine her being able to replicate normal human scent.
Right, because she doesn't have like
A nose.
no, or pheromones she only has a nose when she wants to, and then she's like, this
Right.
sucks. I hate having a nose.
Right. She might not even know scent. Well, she'd probably smell stuff, but anyways,
Yeah.
I was just like, I would not know what to do.
I like Blueberry. I like the scene
Oh, the
where she
bear, that's the
rescues
best
Blueberry.
part. Best part. The pet bear that just like, I'm a monster and my pet is a black bear, brown bear.
With blue fur.
With blue fur.
Yeah, named Blueberry. That I named Blueberry. I know.
Super cute.
And then they capture Blueberry and she's so mad. Like that whole part was really fun where she tries to rescue Blueberry.
Yes.
And then the description of her offspring is horrifying when it has all the deer skulls. Yeah. Yep. It reminds me of that. What's that monster that it sounds like a human crying to lure you into the forest?
A banshee?
I don't think it's a banshee. I forget what it's called, but it literally has a deer skull for a head. And usually antlers. And it cries to lure people to their death. It's a cryptid, but now I can't remember what it's called.
Well, I know that creature from the books, My Soul to Take. Also, great series. Okay, with a deer head. Hold on. A Wendigo?
A Wendigo. In my mind, it looked like a Wendigo. Like,
yeah.
And it screams. It's just really creepy.
Mm-hmm. That reminds me of those horror books that we read when we were little with the like drawings, the creepy drawings.
Oh yeah, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah, the first one was about a Wendigo, and the very first Supernatural episode is about a Wendigo.
Is it? I've never actually watched any.
That's
any
great.
Supernatural.
That's wild to me. I feel like
I try watching it. Like I'll pull it up. I've watched a couple episodes, not in order, but I always find them very male. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I know if I got farther in it, it probably would get better. Like it has to have lasted that long for a reason.
It actually doesn't. Okay. It's still very phallic.
Okay. It felt very male. Every time I watch it, I'm like,
Sam Bean!
Are we going to save women this whole time?
Yeah. It's so interesting. Okay. I watched it like a decade ago, so I wonder how I'd feel about it today. Today, I probably couldn't get through it, to be honest. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I
feel like my tolerance for very male.
Mine's gone.
Just like out, like, but not like we saw Project Hail Mary, and I've seen so much love for Project Hail Mary, and I'm so happy that it had the largest opening weekend of a non-franchise, non-remake film, like ever.
Ever?
Yeah.
Like more than Barbie?
Yeah. Well, that would be like a franchise because it's got a recognizable brand.
Oh, sure. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I forget how much it was, but it was like a lot. And my favorite part is, that sweater he wears?
I want it. Can we find it? Can we buy it?
So it was a pattern.
And it was a wolf.
Sorry. It was a wolf, and they changed it to a fox, but it's a pattern by this company called Mary Maxim. And Mary Maxim's first store was in Port Huron, Michigan, where my mom is from.
Oh,
and so my grandma used to buy Mary Maxim fabric. And so every year when I would go up to visit her, I had a down doll-sized pillow that I slept with. And because it was down, the feathers would poke through. And so the thing that my grandma and I would do with each other every time I would go is we would recover my pillow. Just put a new cover on top of the old cover. So it was like layers and layers of covers.
Oh, wow.
And all of her fabric was in these little pink Mary Maxim bags because that's the only place she would go shopping for her fabric was Mary Maxim. And Mom was saying that she can remember riding her bike to the Mary Maxim store to go buy yarn. And it's like one of the few family-owned craft stores. It's still family-owned. It's been family-owned since like 1956. And I am loving this moment that everyone is having with Mary Maxim where they're like, oh my God, guys, this is like a pattern from this company called Mary Maxim that still sells all of their original 1970s patterns. This is a style of sweater, and there's all kinds of there's wolves, there's snowmobiles, there's fish, there's ducks, there's hockey players, there's cars, fire trucks, all kinds of different designs that you can get on these sweaters.
Wow.
And I showed my mom and she was like, oh my God, yeah, everybody had those. She was like, they were such a thing. Everyone was making them. And this guy the costume designer just happened to find this sweater at a vintage store and was like, oh, I'm going to pick this up because I think it'd be great in a movie someday. And then showed it to Ryan Gosling. And Ryan Gosling was like, hell yeah, I think that would go great with the character. but let's make it a fox.
And less scary.
Yeah. And so because he picked up this random sweater at a random vintage store, Mary Maxim is probably having their best quarter in a really long time.
Yeah. So you could buy you can buy the patterns and then make the sweater yourself? Is that how it
Yeah,
works?
you got to knit it yourself. Yep.
Neat. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm looking at the website right now. That's really cool.
But it's just fun because it's a Michigan-based family.
Yeah, and
Well,
that's
I think it's actually Canadian, but it's
so close to home.
Yeah. That it's a thing
Yeah.
that I remember growing up with. And then I had, for a while, to support them, I had like their monthly craft kit as a subscription.
Oh, neat.
But it was the most like, I'm 60 years old and I think these are neat craft thing that I've ever gotten in my life. I got one of those ones, with the plastic. Remember the plastic grid? And you would sew in them with like a needle, like a plastic needle.
Yes.
And you would make like tissue boxes.
Yeah, it's like my first embroidery.
Yeah, I got a kit that's like a gnome village, and they came with the plastic and the yarn and the plastic needle, and they were like, "You can make a gnome village," and I was like, "Thank you, Mary Maxim."
That's really cool.
It's
Honestly,
so
that's
funny.
really neat. My grandma made me one of those when I was little. I have a little tissue box because they thought that I was going to be Mary Virginia Shields, so it has the wrong name on it. They thought I was going to be named after her. And I was not named after her.
But you kept it anyway.
Sorry, the dogs.
Nice.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
It's and my grandma made it, so of course I have it.
Yeah.
So,
but so to wind it back, I'm going to read you. I've been reading the Dune series, and I'm on the fifth book series because that's what we're doing for. I'm trying to balance my computer. That's what we're doing for Strange and Beautiful Book Club, and here is a 1960s man trying to write a sexual woman. Are you ready for this?
I can't wait.
I'm going to proposition that we reclassify all of Dune as romantasy, but hang on, let me do this first. There, I'll leave it like that. Okay. So in this book, it's not really a spoiler, but like an offshoot of the Bene Gesserits have come back. And instead of specializing in whatever it is the Bene Gesserit specialize in, they specialize in like manipulating men with sex. And they have gotten so good at sex that you have to be like specially prepared to withstand imprinting on them when they have sex with you. So this one lady is having to pretend to be one of them. And so they're trying to give her instructions on what to do. And at first she's like, well, you're going to be basically a prostitute, a sex worker. And you're charging $50. We think you're worth like $50. And she's like, oh no, I'm worth like at least 100. And she goes, what if I show abilities beyond the fifth stage? And she goes, you will continue to heed my words. And she goes, yes, may I presume you can administer vaginal pulsing? I can. From any position, I can control any muscle in my body. And then they go on to go, I can control genital temperature. I know and can arouse the 51 excitation points. 51, but there were only 51, Lucilla snapped. And the sequencing plus the combinations number 2008. Furthermore, in combination with 205 sexual positions. 205! Serafa was clearly startled. Surely you don't mean more, actually, if you count minor variations. I have mastered the 300 steps of orgasmic amplification.
The manification of women's sexuality.
It's like, what
it's like it's a sports stat. Like women sit around and the Bene Gesserit sit around and create like STEM, like women in STEM sports stats about sex.
The 51. There's not 51. Yes, there are. And I know 205 sexual positions.
That is the literal gamification. Like it's a man would think that about women.
Yeah, and you haven't even met the character that was the male character that was genetically designed to be better at sex than any woman ever could be in order to defeat them and their evil sexual wiles.
Because men are so weak that they can't get past their sexual drives, which seems to be a thing.
Yeah, I was like...
it's crazy how one gender is meant, like... Well, not gender. seems like, I feel like women are built differently. We're just different. We're built differently.
Well, I know it's the opposite version of intellectualizing relationships. Like, I think in the book we read, Shisheshan intellectualizes them because she wants to feel them. And she's not sure intuitively how to feel. And so she's trying to like think her way into how to feel about things.
Right.
And this is a good example of like the male, I don't want to feel it, so I'm going to think my way out of feeling it. I'm going to make it into a thing that's like it's almost clinical. Like,
yeah.
Like the more I can know about it, the less attached I am to the act of it. And the more I am attached to how good I am at it.
Yeah, like it's a game. Like it's about being good at it or winning.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as winning sex. There's only enjoying it.
Yeah.
You don't win. Well, men win every time. Sorry, let me fix the thing.
Unless you're Bene Gesserit. And then it is about winning. So that's how far we've come in terms of male.
In all honesty, if women wanted to harness the only power that men seem to be incapable of, you know what I mean? That is a power. Because they're incapable. My life is ruined if I don't have this thing. Meanwhile, women are like, I haven't thought about that thing in years because I'm too busy running everything.
Yeah. Secretly,
but women
are
too emotional. But women are too emotional.
Yeah. We just rewatched Barbie, and I love that scene at the beginning when she's like, I'm emotional, but I can be both intellectual and emotional at the same time, and it doesn't weaken me. In fact, it strengthens me. When she's talking in the Senate at the very beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this movie was so good.
So good.
But it kind of puts into perspective how I know it's difficult reading a male writer trying to write a female character and female relationships, but they have come a long way.
Oh,
like John Wiswell is a long way.
I appreciate. I saw one lady on Goodreads say, "This is the best female relationship I've ever seen written," and I just had to pause and be like, "Okay."
I mean, I think it works for me because Shisheshan is effectively non-binary.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm not concerned with her lack of femininity.
I would have loved. I would have. I mean, I guess there is no right or wrong. Okay, she can be a she can be a she, and be more gender neutral.
Yeah.
So I need to make more space for that for sure.
I mean, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I'm just not. I don't particularly play feminine. Like I don't.
I think your femininity is built in, and you don't have to perform it.
I know.
I don't think
like the makeup and the trappings and the.
Is that what femininity is? No.
I mean, for a lot of people, yeah.
I guess
for a lot of people,
in that regard, I guess I'm more girly. Yeah, because I like that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I get sir a lot, even when I have long hair, just because I don't wear makeup, and I don't really like. I don't care. I genuinely don't. As long as you're referring to me respectfully.
Sure.
I honestly don't
care to be. Yeah.
I don't, unless we're friends. If we're going to be friends, I'll correct you. But if not, fine. I'm sir. Okay, sure. Yeah. I mean, that's okay. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But, and I wonder what this book would be like if he had let because he does have non-binary characters and he calls them NB, like ENBY. And so in this world, non-binary is a classification, is a thing that like is normalized enough that Shisheshan is able to identify that person on site. So why not have Shisheshan be non-binary? I don't necessarily know.
What year was this book written?
Recently.
Yeah. It came out in 2025, 2024.
Oh, he's got another one now. Wearing the Lion. It is 2024.
Yeah. Okay. So not too long ago.
Yeah. Dedicated to everyone who has been made to feel monstrous.
Yeah.
It's got sprayed edges, but they're just purple.
It's pretty. See my books in the background? I got both neon sets. Got
I
all
see
the
that.
neon.
I
Got the
see that.
dungeon crawler and the Actar.
Nice. And we're doing Dungeon Crawler next, right?
Yeah. Is Matt gonna do it with us?
Yeah, I'll see. I'll ask him.
Okay.
If he's ready to record when we're ready to record, he can. And if not.
Okay. Sounds good. We're doing Dungeon Crawler Carl next. And we're going to just start with the first book. And then if Rachel likes it enough, we'll read the second. And then so on and so on. But
yeah, I'll like it. Anything
no,
after Dune, oh my God. God Emperor of Dune was like, it was worse. If you put all of my Sarah J. Maas criticism in a blender and then distilled it down, it would not be as much as I disliked God Emperor of Dune. He literally looked like a dick, talked like a dick, and was a dick. It was like reading the mansplaining final boss, writing a novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's considered like the creme de la creme of sci-fi.
No. There's a reason everybody stops at the second and third books, because the fourth book is like, fucking shit is this? Because
it's no business. I think I might have read the second one. Is the second one Children of Dune?
The second one is Dune Messiah. The second one's my favorite. The third, but it's everyone's the least favorite, but it's my favorite because it's the most actually a book of all of them, because most of it is just people in rooms talking. And Dune Messiah is the most like there's characters. And then Children of Dune, I'm getting, this is not the day and age for me to be reading books where all of the sexualized characters are like 8 to 15.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
That's hard.
And it's like, well, they're adults in their head. And I'm like, okay, so like gross. Like I
they're
don't
physically children and emotionally
but they're physically
adults,
children, but emotionally
worse.
No.
That's even worse.
I know. It's not amazing. And like, that's why I love the Dune miniseries. If you don't want to read the books, just watch the Children of Dune miniseries that Dune made, that Sci-Fi made in like, I think 2003.
Yeah.
They're the best adaptation. They age up the characters. So you don't care that they're being sexualized. You're like, yeah, because they're like 18 and that character is clearly like in his 20s. So it's fine. As opposed to like 8.
Yeah. Are you super excited not to? This book was okay. I'm so glad. Can we wrap up talking about the book?
Oh, yeah,
is there anything else?
I think we covered everything. I mean, we very succinctly.
Yeah.
I think it was good. I enjoyed it. You didn't love it as much. I think with a couple of tweaks, we could meet in the middle. And I think that's a good way to leave it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. How are you feeling about the new Actar books coming out? I know you're so excited.
I was like, oh, good.
Anna.
I'm going to get to I want to know.
Woo!
I want to know how she's going to work in the new realization of other worlds, like access to the other worlds.
I know it's going to be wonderful. I don't think I told you this, but my friend Caitlin and I booked the Vaughn House, which is this stone cottage with a turret and a shire door and a round hobbit door. That's typically a like enchanted wedding venue, but they're off season in January. So for the 2 books coming out, there's a little book and a big book. And the big book comes out January 12th. We booked that fucking house.
To read the book?
Yeah. So
I love that for you.
We will be there. We will be there Monday night, midnight when that book drops. We're going to have it. Of course, we'll have the Elizabeth Evans audiobook as well as the Kindle book. We're not worried about the physical copy, but we'll be able to put it on the TV and like watch and listen. I think Amber's going to come too, but she's going to play Legos or do whatever, just for a third person. So yeah, sorry. That's what I'm doing.
That sounds very exciting. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. It's literally my dream. I don't need a wedding. I just want to read Agatar in the Hobbit house.
There you go.
I want to read it in the fantasy house when it comes out I'll send you pictures of this little place. It's literally magic.
I think you showed me pictures
I
of it
probably
at
have.
one point. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Well, good.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. We booked it. I literally emailed the lady the night that it happened. I said, "We know the dates. We know the dates."
I'm
I said,
ready.
"We
Can
know
I
the
have
dates. We
it?
wanna book it. We wanna book it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night of January 12th, 13th, 14th. So, we're going down Monday night, leaving Thursday morning. So, 48 hours should be enough time to read the
I
second
mean,
book."
it'd be enough for almost everything but a Brandon Sanderson. So I think you're good to go.
I think I read Wind and Truth in like a week pretty consistently. I read the longest Harry Potter book in under 24 hours. So I think
Yeah.
I will be fine. I will be fine.
Yeah.
We'll get it through. So anyways, I'm so excited.
Do we know anything about what they're anything theme wise, or is it just
No,
new book?
the one thing that she has said is that they're probably not going to be what we think they'll be, and I don't care. I don't care.
It's just
Personally, I want Bryaxis and Moore to be in a relationship together. I will say this. I loved this book because it made me feel like I would love it if Bryaxis reminded me of Shisheshin, right?
Yeah.
So what if Bryaxis, which decided to be a woman, like decided to like saw more, because there's this part in Frost and Starlight where Moore sees, oh, spoilers.
Something in the trees. It's fine. Everybody's
Spoilers.
listened to our podcast.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, something in the trees, dark, right? And I
Yeah.
don't forget that. To me, that's Bryaxis. And I think, what if Bryaxis falls in love with Moore? And then
I think that's why I recommended this book to you, because I was like, oh,
'cause I-
like in someone build a nest in.
Oh, maybe. But
Yeah.
that's what this book is. So that's what I did enjoy about this book. I would love if she went that direction and made an unorthodox or like different type of love story. But that's just me. But I'm a true fantasy fan, and I think so many of her fans are romance readers.
Yeah.
Like you can tell by people's opinions whether they like genuinely like fantasy or if they like just the like relationships, the romance piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. I don't care who falls in love. She just did that long interview, that really long, like hour and a half interview with Call Her Daddy, and we got a lot of information. The one thing that I love about her is she is paying zero attention to what people online say about her books.
Nice.
And I found that to be incredibly refreshing, because I think that if authors get too caught up in fan service, they lose their way.
Yeah. Or you get like Anne Rice, and she's the reason why all fan fiction has disclaimers at the beginning.
Why?
She literally sued people who were writing fan fictions of her books and sent them like cease and desist letters and sent police to their house and things.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fan fiction's good for books.
Yeah, but not Anne didn't feel that way.
Yeah, okay. Well, she's dead.
Yeah. Which is why we're getting such a good
Just kidding,
adaptation of Interview with the Vampire.
That was so cold. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I think she how did I describe it to somebody? She created great characters, and now the people that love them get to like honor them in the way I feel like they should be
guess
honored.
what? George Lucas didn't make the best Star Wars movie.
No.
He didn't.
Sometimes you're good at creating the idea, but you're not good at executing the story, and that's okay.
Yeah, George Lucas did not make the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah. And I think that's okay. Like, that's how I told you about that Post-Mortal book. That's how it felt. Like, I want someone else to write that book, not that guy. Because that guy, there's a reason why nobody knows that book exists. It's because that guy's terrible. Yeah. And he clearly wrote like the main character is unlikable. Unlikable in every way possible, but written like we're supposed to like him and like we're supposed to feel for his plight.
Almost like the mediocre white.
It's a mediocre white man who wrote a book about how he deserved to live for, like, he's dating a woman and she's like, well, let's get married. And he's like, no, we live forever. We don't need to get married now. And she's like, well, all the women want babies, so it's fine. But she's like, but I want a baby. I'm not going to have a baby with you if we're not married. And he's like, well, then you can have a baby with somebody else. And then she ends up getting pregnant anyway. And he's like, well, you're on your own because I didn't want to have a baby. And then he like sees this girl that he liked in middle school. And he's like, oh, I was friends with her all through middle school because I really wanted to fuck her. And I couldn't because I was friend zoned. Let's see if I'm still friend zoned. And like goes over to talk to her. And then like does this whole thing where he talks to her and then he gets her number and he's like, but I can't call her right away because then I'm going to get friend zoned again. I got to play hard to get for a little. Like, it's the most douchebag, gross. And they finally get together and he's like, I knew we'd be good together if we finally got together. And then she gets hit by a bus because she's really stupid and she like walks into the middle of the street.
Yeah.
When there's traffic and is like, oh no, a bus, and it hits her. And then he's like, oh no, I've lost the love of my life forever. And it reminded me of how there's that whole incel thing where they're against abortion because they think that their perfect mate was a baby that got aborted. And that's why they're alone. Have you heard about that?
No, that's some dark web shit.
Yeah. Like that's one of the offshoots. Like, at least it wasn't that bad. That one was terrible, post-mortal. And I was in it because like the idea.
I wonder if that's on KU because I kind of want to read that bullshit. I like
it's so bad. And then he ends up becoming like people will sign up to be voluntarily killed because they're tired of living. And
post-mortal?
Post-mortal. And he ends up like he's lonely after his girlfriend dies by getting hit by a bus. So he hires a sex worker. And she's like a 17 or 18-year-old sex worker who's actually 40 something. But because she got the cure when she was so young, she's forever young. And so she has a hard time getting jobs. So now she's a sex worker and she's like, kill me while we're having sex. And he's like, what? That's weird. I don't want to do that. And she's like, it'll be so hot. And so he kills her while they're having. It's the most. It's so bad. It'll make you.
Post-mortal, a novel.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. If you don't make it through it, don't blame yourself.
It has 4 stars, but only 1,400. How did you even hear about this book?
I found it at a used bookstore and I was like, oh, interesting. Like a cure for aging. That sounds interesting. And then I was reading it and I was like, the fuck is this shit?
No, yeah. Not for Rachel.
Not for Rachel. Because he's just unlikable. And he's not, and if he was supposed to be unlikable, that's one thing. Like if anybody treated him like he was supposed to be unlikable, that'd be fine. But he's not. He's treated like the hottest shit on earth. It is so challenging.
It sounds like self-grandizing porn.
It is, yeah. Except in the end, everybody dies.
What about the cure?
It turns out if every single female character wants babies all the time, they keep having babies, even though nobody is aging and dying. And then you end up with too many people in the world because women just can't stop having babies. Am I right? Especially now that you're the age to have babies forever. So they're like, you have one family, and then when they grow up and leave the house, you have another family, and you get to do it all over again. And I was like, that sounds like hell, like actual hell.
I don't think that's how that would actually go down.
No,
women would do it one time, maybe a couple times.
I mean, I think you'd end up in a situation like now where women don't want to have kids.
Yeah,
where the world just isn't a place where we feel like we want to reproduce. Like I love my children deeply. If I was 29 in the year 2026 and I was facing the prospect of having a family, I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want them to go away. I love them. And I wouldn't give up the time that we had because I had them before all this happened.
Yeah.
But if I was me now, if I was facing the same choices now, no, I wouldn't do it. Because I think about what the world's going to be like when they grow up all the time. And I can't imagine being like, oh, we have a cure for aging. Oh, no, there's water shortages and food shortages and like the environment is collapsing, but it's okay. I'm immortal. I'm going to have more babies.
Yeah. Well, is it functionally immortal or like just long lived? Like the
Well,
Fae?
they like long lived in that you don't age, but you can still die of cancer. After, like at one point, there's a plague and a whole bunch of people die of a plague. Like you can still die of
So you're
natural
like a Fae.
causes.
You're like a Fae.
You just don't grow old and die.
You don't die of old age. You die of whatever else kills you.
Yeah.
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 So there's still consequences.
Yes.
Because you can still die.
Right. You could still, smoke for 50 years and get lung cancer or something.
So you would want to take better care of yourself so you could actually live out your immortality.
Right. Which would not be having many, many, many babies.
No, because babies put our lives in peril every time you are pregnant.
Yes.
Babies they're a very traumatic thing that happens to your body. I know
People
you know
die in childbirth.
You've had 4 children. I know you know.
And I almost died in childbirth. Like it happens. It happens now.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I have Botox. Look, only one eye works. See this one?
Nice.
Not this one. I hope that goes away so there's zero movement. And no one knows what I'm thinking. So
you want the eyebrow that moves to go away. You don't want the eyebrow that doesn't move to go away.
No, I want you to I want to be stoic. I don't want you to be I don't want you to be able to tell how emotive I am. I want nothing. I want a face frozen in time. I want to feel nothing. It's seriously so helpful with moods.
Were you going to ask me if I was excited about the new Dune movie?
I wasn't going to, but now I'm going to. Are you?
I thought you because you started. Are you excited about? And then
about
you paused
ACOTAR.
And you were like,
ACOTAR.
Oh, ACOTAR. Okay, right.
Are you excited? Are you excited about the new Timmy Shamsham movie, Dune 3?
I am because I want to know how ridiculous Robert Pattinson's going to be.
Oh, he's going to be so funny.
I have no other horse in this race, except that he's an utterly ridiculous character, and I hope he plays him like he's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah. Did Austin Butler's character die?
Yeah, he died. Yeah. And Robert Pattinson's character is what's called a face dancer, so he can shapeshift.
Nice.
And so he's a bunch of different people throughout the book. So
haven't they changed the story though?
I mean, only slightly.
So is the third book
never leaves Paul, but Chani left Paul at the end of the second book.
It's
like a second movie.
Is the third movie gonna be like the Messiah book?
I think he said it was like a combination of the second and third book, so kind of like the Children of Dune miniseries was for sci-fi, where they combine the second and third book, because the second book's like really short. It's like Frost and Starlight for Dune.
Oh, okay.
It's itsy bitsy, and very little happens, and then the third book is big, but like very little happens as per usual for Frank Herbert, I think. So I think you could easily combine them if you're cutting out all the chaff, which it looks like they're going to.
Sure. Well, and that comes out in the fall or the summer? Summer blockbuster?
I'll be honest and say I didn't even look.
Let's look.
Because I'll see it like I'm not like that excited about it.
You're not a Marvel person, right?
No.
The new Spider-Man looks so
I do like Spider-Man.
The new Spider-Man looks I am caught. Well, a lot of people have this feeling, but I think this is going to be the best Marvel movie since. Well, I don't know. We had a Spider-Man since Endgame. I think it's going to be a really good movie. I don't want to say that because I did like a lot of the Marvel movies that people didn't, but I did. But this one looks good. It's going to be dark. It's street level. It's not like too much. It's going to be very, what I'm hearing people say is true to the comics, but I haven't read the comics.
Well, I hope we all learn something from the success of Project Hail Mary.
Which is make amazing books into movies.
Yeah,
and
make good
movies. Make good movies.
I saw someone refer to it as the post-irony sincerity. And I really connected to that as a phrase because I hate the chase everything with a dose of irony, like never fully commit because that way no one can pin you down and hurt you. Irony, like it's not a thing that I enjoy. Like I don't mind it. It's like Ryan Reynolds comedy is all irony. And it's funny, but in the end, there's not a lot of like warmth there. Whereas the like post irony sincerity, like like humor and connection and emotional connection and friendship romance, friend romance, whatever, like the bromance between, like that's all about sincerity, and it's all about like sincerely showing up and giving something your all. And I was watching an interview with Andy Weir, and he was saying that one of the things he wanted to impress upon people in his books is that you can solve a problem.
Did you know he has aphantasia?
No, I didn't know that.
He does. And so he wrote, remember how when we were watching the movie, I said to you, I'm so grateful they added this like part of the rocket ship with these big screens because of the way it was able to add all the visual to the movie. I thought that was so he doesn't. And that's why he doesn't. He said when he writes characters, they're just blobs. And I'm like, that's how I read them.
Yeah.
They do not have a face. They are just a thing, an entity. And that's why I really like fan fiction. You know, we've talked about this. I love fan art because I don't have an idea of what it looks like. I just have an idea of who they are. Which is why that book is so good.
They're so good. And it's so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
And I can see what he was saying where he was like, no problem is so big that you can't break it down and try to solve it. And that's what I wanted to show people.
Yeah.
Is like, even if you're trapped on Mars, you can figure it out. And like your first problem doesn't work out and you have to try again. Okay, then you try again.
Oh, like with The Martian. Yeah. No, it's such a beautiful movie. I kind of hate that I knew the story so well because I would have loved to experienced it as like new, but I loved it. I loved the changes they made, changes that I wish were different in the book. We got. Yeah. So I mean, I really, really loved it. So, well, I'm really excited about going into Dungeon Crawler Carl World with you because I really, really enjoyed those books. I enjoyed them so much I bought them immediately, which I typically don't do. This is going to be the next big IP thing when it comes to books. In the last year and a half where I've been reading them, they've gotten massive. The fandom is growing and growing and growing and growing. So, and then what's his face? The Family Guy man has already picked him up for shows.
Seth MacFarlane?
Mm-hmm. I would love to see it as a TV show. It would be a really badass TV show. So, and have you're not a Games of Thrones person, right?
I mean, I read the first book.
Was it all you want to talk about a man writing books.
I can't do that much rape. I just can't. Like, I know. Sexual assault is the hill I just can't.
Yeah. So I think that you would really actually enjoy Dunk and Egg, the newest show on the newest Game of Thrones spinoff. It's like a small story.
Is that the Seven Kingdoms one?
Yeah. It's really it's cute. It's cute. But the tall guy, for like the actor, that's who I want to play Carl. He would do a good job. He's not American, but he can fake it.
He can work it out.
He can figure it out. It doesn't have to take place it takes place in Portland, but whatever. Anyway, so
he can get an American accent. It's fine.
They can do it. It's not hard. You just have hard R's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do is have like our R's are very water. You know? Order. Squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
American squirrel. Squirrel. What are some other hard American? Yeah, those are the words people say. Water.
Yeah.
We just have these R's that are very prominent.
I believe you.
The British don't say R's at all.
Or they put them where they're not.
Water. Water.
with an A-H.
Yeah. Water. Or taco. I hate they say taco.
It
Why
always
do they
reminds
say
me
it?
of that. There was
Why
that
do they
season of
say
the Great
it
British
like
Bake Off.
that?
Remember that season
Taco.
of the Great British Bake Off where they tried to have like ethnic weeks and they had Mexican week and they made Tex-Mex. And then they had like Japanese week. They had all of these. They never did it again, ever. They just had
Because it was
this
probably
one week.
super problematic.
Or
Taco.
they were like, we're going to make Mexican food. And it was all American Tex-Mex. And everyone's like,
yes.
that's not real American food. And they had an American week. They all had to make pancakes. And they all lost their fucking minds. They're like,
Is that
how do
what
you even do this?
a pancake? That's pretty
The
simple,
pancakes
right?
were there like, I mean, to us, I would assume.
Is that American? Are
is-
pancakes American?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they are. Yeah, because when I was in Spain, I had a host mom and I was going to make her breakfast. And I was like, I'll make pancakes. And she was like, I don't know what that is. And I was like, and I said it in Spanish, like panqueques. And she was like, I don't know what that is. And I was like, it was my first experience with like, just because I knew the word in another language doesn't mean that they're going to know what you were talking about.
So wait, do they have maple syrup there?
No, not really. Not like we do.
Well, then you can't have pancakes.
Right. Exactly. The
I
whole
have been
the sweet breakfast is not uniquely American, but very American.
Yeah, sugar everywhere. Sugar
Yeah.
and everything. I've been eating jacket potatoes. Dude, I love those. Like I thought they were so weird. I was like, I need to make with tuna.
Yeah.
So like a russet potato with you can actually get the English, British, whatever version of Heinz to make like baked beans. They're much more tomatoey and not sweet at all.
Yeah, they're tomato based, not brown
you
sugar
can get them for
based.
$5. The can is so expensive, $5 at Publix. So I got those and some tuna and some cheddar cheese, and they're actually delicious. I totally understand why it's such a
thing.
It's really good. I was like, tuna on a baked potato. Let me give this a go. But it feels like an interesting like chili. It's just very cozy. So I've made it like 4 times now.
Well, good. I think that's a good place to leave it. Jacket potatoes, Kate's jacket potato recipe.
Yeah. And is it cultural appropriation if that is where I come from?
No, it's cultural appreciation.
Yep. That's the motherland for me, I think. If I had to guess.
I think, did we ever talk about I did a genetic test?
No, where are you from?
Oh, Matt and I did a gene like way back in the day with 23andMe when it first came out. Yeah. Matt's brother bought us 2 DNA kits because he wanted to know. Matt and his brother didn't know if they were identical or not.
Are they?
They are.
Identical?
But, yeah, they're identical.
One cell?
Yeah, like 99% the same DNA. Yeah.
Wow. Do they look that much alike?
They do, but not enough. Like there's enough of a difference that they were like, maybe we're like
fraternal.
Close. Or you can be what's called semi-identical, where the egg splits and then gets fertilized. So you have the same DNA from your mom, but different DNA from your dad.
Interesting.
So they weren't sure anyway. So we did a DNA test, and Matt's was like all over the place. He had sub-Saharan Africa. He had Ashkenazi Jew. He had he all over. The whole world's lit up. All kinds of different cool stuff. I am 99.9% European.
What does that mean, though?
I have nothing else. I have no African DNA. Like my ancestors sprang fully formed in England, and we're like, if we like it here, we're never.
Is that what European means?
Yeah.
Couldn't that be like French or German or Danish?
Technically speaking, yes, but only England.
From Norway?
No, just
Scottish,
England.
Irish?
No, just all the Great British Isles. That was it.
So that includes Ireland.
Yeah. I had a little bit of Iberian Peninsula, which is like Spain, which I assume was a sailor that came to England, because clearly we were never leaving England. So like someone visited an ancestor and had a baby with them, and that's it. Like I am the whitest possible person in history. You know, everybody's like, oh, everybody's a little bit of everything. No, I'm not. No, dog. No, I'm 99.9% European.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen my dad's, but I haven't seen my mom's. Maybe I'll do one. All I know is that I was made to live in the cold.
Mm.
All I know is that I am comfortable where it is cold. I like being cold.
Wasn't it 85 there today?
Yeah, it was warm.
Yeah.
It's about to happen.
There's 5 feet of snow on the ground here.
Yeah, I want to be Nordic napping all day, every day. I want to be asleep in a tram. Isn't that what I call them?
Do I have a place for you? You don't even have to leave the U.S. You don't even have to go up to. It's Alaska, but you don't have to travel as far.
Yeah, I love cold. I feel it just makes more sense to me to sleep cold.
Yeah.
It's about to be hot this summer. It's going to be so hot. It'll be fine.
All right, we'll leave it here.
Okay. All right. Well, next up, Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Totally.
I have it. Don't forget, you can listen to it on my Audible.
I will do.
It is an amazing, amazing, amazing book on Audible. So I think I'm going to read and listen this time.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Is it hot in here or is it just me? Tuning in to hear these three chatting about fantasy novels of the spicy variety. Not your average book club, if you know what